without question. New York fans of New York, we're the worst. We're the absolute worst. I don't know if I could play in New York if I was a sports guy. I don't know if I could play here. I don't think I could sign here. It has nothing to do with how tough I am mentally. It just has something to do with we have to win every single year or you get dogged. Like any year, you don't win a chip, you get dogged. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BB and Jack Frost, what's up, party people? Hey, before this video even continue, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the Notification Gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Alright, so the Knicks now currently have 3 point guards. Jared Jack. Yeah, Jared Jack. I get so confused because of the freaking Jarrett that was the wrestler that used to carry the damn fucking pardon me with the guitar around and hit people with the guitar. I don't know, whatever. So Jared Jack, Frank Ntilikina, and Trey Burke. And I'm going to tell you one of the things that is so confusing to me about Knicks fans. I think just all of us in general, I mean, I think we sincerely want the Knicks to win, but I think some of us are just so, my way got to be the way that work, that they just root against anything that is contrary to something that could work just because it's not their idea. And I'm not real big on that. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I just want something to work. So right now you have people saying, you got to play the young guys. You got to play the young guys. You got to rebuild. But what people aren't understanding is rebuilding doesn't mean get players that are good, that can help you win. But nah, let's get rid of them so we can stock up on young guys. Because name me one NBA champion, right? That was successful with all young guys. Like Magic Johnson, he won in his rookie year, right? But he had veterans on his team, right? Sam Cassell, I think he won in his rookie year also. But, I mean, come on. He had like Elijah Wan, freaking Mad Max, whole bunch of veterans on the team. It just doesn't work that way. I know a lot of y'all Knicks fans want, yo, man, we got to get rid of everybody that's been playing more than 2 years and get a whole bunch of young guys. And then, like, in 10 years, we could be... No, that's not how you rebuild. I understand where people are coming from, but you have to rebuild through the draft and also rebuild through free agency. The problem is, if you don't have a decent team, isn't anybody going to come in free agency? It just isn't going to happen. So, also trades, obviously. So, the one thing that the Knicks have consistently been missing for years is a competent, you notice I'm saying competent. I'm not saying great. I'm saying competent point guard. A point guard who knows how to distribute the ball, and also a point guard who knows how to get his own shot. Now, anybody that plays 2K, you ever play with those guys that they dribble the ball like crazy and they only pass the ball when they could pass the ball to an assist? That's not what we need. That's terrible point guard play. You ever play with those guys that's a point guard? They'll be wide open, but they won't take the shot. Or they'll have all the lane in the world, but they won't take the shot. They won't go to the hole because they're so busy trying to get assists. That is not what we need. We need a player who's smart. None of those are smart plays. What I just named, none of that is smart. All of that is contrary to being smart. It is against being smart. It's counter to being smart. It is it's the opposite of being smart. Okay, it's the antithesis of individuality and trying to go for stats rather than trying to go for the win. What you want is a point guard that knows when to make plays. That's it. Those are the best point guards. Point guards that know when to make plays. Now, with that being said, Jared Jack knows when to make plays. The problem is, he's kind of old. The problem is, he's kind of a liability on defense. The problem is, he doesn't have enough, explosiveness. So when Jared Jack makes a move and he gets around his man, he's not explosive enough to consistently take advantage. So that's why you see him shoot all of those floaters, because he really doesn't have much of a choice. But now we have Frank Ntilikina, right? For whatever the reason is, he won't shoot the ball. The only shots he'll take is wide open shots. That's it. I don't have the slightest idea why. I think because he has no other choice but to take those shots. I think he's so busy trying to be part of the team that he's not being an individual. And we want everyone to want to be part of the team. Don't get it confused. But you have to allow for your individual skills to come and take center stage when the opportunity presents itself. So he's not doing that. He's not going to the hole enough. He's not driving enough. And since he's not driving and he's not taking open shots, people are playing the passing lanes. So he throws turnovers. If you look at the last couple of games that he's played, especially since Trey Burke has gotten there, he has quarters where he'll have 2-3 turnovers, 4 turnovers in one freaking quarter. And he only played 5 minutes in that quarter or less. And the reason is because since other teams already knows he's not going to shoot the ball, all they have to do is play the passing lanes. That's it. So when y'all guys talk about, we got to give him more time. We have to give him more minutes. Pardon me. He needs more time. That's true. But we have to give him more minutes. We got to play the young guys. It doesn't help playing the young guys if you're playing the young guys and they're not learning anything. That does not help. That's not helpful at all. Playing them and them learning something is helpful. Playing them and allowing for them to do bad habits, playing them and allowing for them to play inconsistently because they're not, playing correctly, all of those things are bad. But we got these Knicks fans that they just are so certain that no matter what kind of bad habits their favorite player is doing, got to keep him in the game. He's going to learn. You know what the definition of stupid is? Isn't the definition of stupid is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome? I believe that's what the definition of stupid is. Okay? So let's do something different. So in steps Trey Burke. Trey Burke, a really good pick and roll guard. That right there makes everyone else on the court better. Not only is he a good pick and roll guard, but he's explosive. So when he gets past his man, he can explode to the basket. Not only is he explosive and he can explode to the basket, but also when he explodes to the basket, he can finish. Besides that, Trey Burke has a pretty good mid-range game where if he beats his man before the other guy steps up, he can pull up for the jump shot. He's also it looks like a knockdown jump shot shooter. So when the guy's on him, but the guy's not close enough, he can pull up and knock down the shot. But the most important thing about all of this is he knows when to do it. Trey Burke is what, 25? He's young. He's young. He hasn't played that many seasons in the NBA. Matter of fact, he's not played that much. Trey Burke is young. My opinion, why it took so long for them to call up Trey Burke is because they knew once they called up Trey Burke, Frank Ntilikina was not going to get minutes. That's where the minutes is going to come from. It's going to come from him. Because Jared Jack helps to keep the offense running well. Jared Jack is a good coach on the floor. Frank Ntilikina, he just isn't ready. Now, for everybody that says, yeah, we probably should have got DSJ instead, Dennis Smith Jr. instead of him. We should have probably got Dennis Smith Jr. instead of him. I'm not going to argue that point, but they're two different types of point guards. And if Dennis Smith Jr. was on this team, Dennis Smith Jr. basically plays the same exact way as Derrick Rose. They have the same game. And that didn't work. So I can understand why we don't get Dennis Smith Jr. because they play the same way. That didn't work. The only difference between a young DSJ and a young Derrick Rose is Derrick Rose was infinitely better when he came into the league. That's the biggest difference. You know, Dennis Smith Jr. is trying to dunk it on everybody. Derrick Rose was dunking it on everybody and it absolutely humiliating them. Anyway, so my point being is this. Knicks fans, we got a pretty good future to look forward to. The New York Knicks have actually made progress. The only thing that's really hurting us right now from making the next step is a couple of bad contracts. I think getting rid of Kanter is a bad idea. Kanter is a double-double guy, and he's quite possibly our third or fourth best offensive threat. Kanter scores 15 points and 10 rebounds in his sleep. The only problem with Kanter is he just, I don't know what's up with him on the defensive end. But with the exception of that, on the offensive end, and especially with offensive rebounds, Kanter's solid. Now, we could just get Kristaps to, I don't know, eat a couple sandwiches. And we could only get Kristaps to say, look, man, this flopping shit, it ain't gonna work. I gotta man up. If we could only get the coach to make in-game adjustments, the Knicks can easily get into the playoffs. Without even much, easily get into the playoffs. Trey Burke is scoring 16 points in quarters. That's what number one options do. Number one options, this is, okay. For everybody, just give y'all a real quick thing so y'all can know. If you go to any number one option on any team in the NBA, they'll have a quarter in every single game where they'll score 10 points and better. Trey Burke is doing this on limited minutes. So now if you have a guy like Trey Burke who could drop 16 points in a quarter, off the bench, by the way, and you have a guy like Beasley who could drop 16 points in a quarter, off the bench, by the way, and you still have KP, and you still have Kanter. Oh, it's the coaching. The coaching has to improve. Notice, I didn't even mention Hardaway Jr. The coaching has to improve, y'all. Lee could also score 10 points in a quarter. Lee, quite honestly, could score 7 points every quarter. Every single quarter, Lee could hit 2 jump shots in a layup. Every quarter. So that's 6. What? 6 times 4, that's 18. Wait, pardon me. What's that, 24? Is my math fucking with me? Point being, 24. I don't even know why my math is messing with me right now. But, yeah. Lee can easily score 6 points a quarter. The Knicks' problem is not offense, everybody. The Knicks' problem is defense. Stopping somebody. That's what their defense is. I mean, pardon me. That's what their problem is. They need to be just, I don't know how to say, more. They need to get that dog in them. That's what they need. They need that dog in them. They don't got that dog in them for the full 48 minutes. Once them Knicks get that dog in them for a full 48 minutes, I mean, quite honestly, everybody in the league know that they're a problem. This is not of a question. They just don't go out there and play. We get a Mark Jackson down here. We get a Jeff Van Gundy down here. We even get a Frisdale down here. We even get Woodson back at this point. Anyway, I want to know what y'all guys think about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombs. Let's get it. Yeah, look, I love the Knicks. All right? I only want to see them do well. But some of us Knicks fans, we so busy that we want to be right that we ready to just sabotage the whole damn team. Y'all guys need to stop with that mess. Anyway, that's all I got on this one. I love y'all. Keep each other safe. That's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.